Oh, I forgot. Hello, 7 and 4. Where did you appear from? It's been set up for 45 minutes. I waited till 11:11 just out of respect to the universe, just to say fist bumps. It is 23:11 by my alleged timepiece. What? Hello. Any dodgy boilers in the house? Do you like that thumbnail? Is that some kind of Shangri-La? We're gonna have a nice update. All right, Phil. Let me put the link into the to the .com. 11/11/19 and 11/11 cast. It's not a religious day. It's just a day of faith. Synchronicity and synchronism. Chronos, synchronicity, syncretism. As Santos will be touching on. I know Josh mentioned some of it on the cast the other night. Hello. The candle's gone out in the laptop. Just bear with. Systems are very slow. Things are not being made easy. Today I've had an electric day. I am so charged, I am ecstatic. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1, 4 is 5. Physical 5. 3, 4, 4, 3. I do like numbers like that, when it gives you 3, 4, 4, 3. You can't see that too well, but there's a nice balance there. Scribes, subs, as you was formerly known. Come on, David, let's go. My channel. Thumbs up to 11/11. Look at that, dad plaster. I was cooking for the fam with a very sharp knife. I normally chop that way, down the nail with the knife and moving back. This time, yes, straight down the side. Yes, I mean, excuse me. Duties and obligations, the nose. Just need the watch link and I need to see the chat. Thank you. I've got a lot of information for you. It's going to be a fat, heavyweight update. I may need my brew. That's empty and cold. Right, we've done. I don't know if you know about the importance of the stars, the planets, the sciences behind that. I have been aware for some years of the connection, names, Mars, galaxy, Aries, dictionaries, etc. And it started to fall into place, okay, and I would like to take the opportunity to go through the continuum of history as we are doing, and as we are coming through to a remedy of man and law, predominantly originating from Talmud, Taurus, Hebrew, Greek translation, Old Testament, New Testament, KJV, and so I would like to get endorsement and help from calling in backup now as we proclaim to outline the lineage of, it seems only fair to invite the brother Santos of the Bonacci house to, or House Bonacci, to come on a hangout again, a private unlisted one initially, and I would like to utilise my knowledge base and articulation and historical Christian, Catholic and pre-Christian gnosis dexterity alongside this man. I've asked Sister Karen to host it, and while simultaneously doing that, on top of it, If it's not too much to do and ask, I don't think it is, we will bring the text, subtext, context with the four publications: Torah, Old Testament, Hebrew, New Testament, KJV. Initially, we'll do the antiquities and the line. Then, wow, then the Christ-like consciousness, without blaspheming, without being big-headed, without saying, like John Lennon, we're bigger than Jesus. No, I would like to put to the test the findings of what we have separately to the works of others, not, including but not limited to Brother Bonacci, and then put down in the parallel the consciousness of, and whilst I'm receiving emails about how we would translate to Allah, for instance, non-Christian, non-Catholic emails that I'm getting saying, what about the fam? If we're all the fam, what do we do with our religion, and how do we word the the declaration, in some ways, the declaration. So I'm like, okay, you have a creator, you have, for instance, you would have Allah, and for instance you would have a messenger, Muhammad, peace be upon him. So you have a three there. I don't think it's going to take a lot to transfer the three into terms of, so Santos can play a part in universal, non-sectarian unbonding of the realm versus, not versus, in alignment with our current up-to-date king-standing positions of, and then we will continue. This won't be done in 2 hours, but in 2 hours we will get the bare bones from 6,000 previous BC to after 2019 now, and that's at least 8,000 years. Then we need to correlate the Isis, Osiris, Jesus, Mary, stars, Jupiter, etc., all coming into play with the sciences and the astrotheological, and the backup to that with the correlation of, including at the same time the Justinian, Constantine, New Testament, Joseph at will, Josephus. What? Just there, you see? So get ready. 3 layers of conceptualization merging to a point of agreement and clarity, and in some ways bringing back to this man. He will be knowledgeable of all of this. I'm just getting how we can be no bull men. Get rid of the bull and no bull. I'll leave it at that. Josh pretty much explained the bull side, and we've been there many times. So that's amazing. There is more to come from this 11:11 started yesterday on the cast. We had Brother Alan tell us some bad news, tell me, which you were privy to. I rang him immediately after the cast. I also got in touch with, let me think, we'll stick to that. Yeah, I rang Alan and I sorted that out, and I got in touch with him today as well. So I've passed on condolences. He feels the love, and he's going through some, life doesn't have times of, oh, I'll do it now, because it is never a good time for a family member to pass away. I hear you, but when you've got legal claims and summonses and appearances and whatnot going off, then it's equally as hard. At that time, you would need extra support. We had Anders from Sweden contact yesterday, the 10th of the 11th still, and say hello. That was the the beginning of the crescendo. Today has been very active. I have meditated a little, not as much as I should have. I will just count Just out of curiosity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I've made in excess of the 25, about the 20, 30 calls today. I am happy to say that Sweden, the Stockholm syndrome, will be looked at. I'm not saying you have it, Anders. I'm just saying we have made contact, and I'm happy to provide. And I've had a chat with Greg, and we would like to. Yeah, we're going to work with that. Doesn't necessarily mean I have to go to Sweden for a weekend, but if that helps, then that's that. So that was yesterday. Today I also made contact with via email, or returned an email to Charlie Freak. I've updated the details on the Santos video for you all with the links to the channels for Josh, Charlie, and I think that was it. Me, Karen, Patricia. That took me out because you're on the channel. So you've got the links now properly for Charlie Freak TV, I think it is. Let me just check. I'll put it in the chat room to make it easy for you. So I've emailed him. I will go over to his channel, maybe, hopefully, in the not too distant future, and we'll say hello. What? Oh no. So that's excellent. That's really good. Brother Richard of the Ansar House has been in touch, and I've posted some links on the .com and on Facebook for him. Where are we? Come on, David. Here we go. Freak Sense TV. I was wrong. I think this is it. Try this. Need more memory. Right there. That should be Charlie's channel, fam. Josh's you've got. Yeah. Where else was I? Santos I've uploaded. I've updated. You just go Mr. Astrotheology. You've got Sun and Moon. So you're all good with that. Okay, 20 watching now. How is your 1111B? Like I say, it's not a good luck day. No, not at all, because I nearly chopped the end of my thumb off, but it's lucky that I didn't chop the end of my thumb off. I hear what you're saying. What else have I got to tell you? So, update wise, 1111 synchronicity. Yeah, that's a big job. The first one was massive in itself. Publications, where we're going to go, what we can involve Josh, Charlie, myself, Santos, you. We shall see. We shall see indeed. There is a system, that's what I was going to say. There's a system, you know, of the occult system, the secret system, and you know of the satanic system and the way that works, where we have eyes left and triangles and energies, sexual energies used, prayers, intent, etc. You know, the shapes and the maths, the colours, the symbols, and then there are other things like the 100th monkey principle, where if everybody gets the opportunity to be told some kind of factual, insightful, beneficial information that's correct and truth, then you know, enough of us knowing that, things will change. So it's not anything new under the sun, but there's a lot of us amassing a new consciousness at the moment, and we are becoming awake, where we say conscionable at the age of majority. There are many terminologies for this, but we need to help simplify this very complex and crucial and sensitive religious topic. And if we recognise there are systems in play that we can utilise, that we may be using now, but they may be using us, so we can, much like the other side, And I've referenced this with G-star in the shadow and the light contracts, you know, fear and misery. These light contracts that we can evoke in the universe with the spectrum and the frequency and the resonance and the toroidal, it's quantum, and it's more than, it's bigger than Prince, you know what I mean? Oh wow, to quote a tune, that's another tune, sorry, by somebody, Deep House. um, oh, oh, that was massive tune as well, that, bigger than Prince. But yeah, bigger than anything, consciousness. You know, some things are important to one that isn't important to another. So this is important to all because it's future property, titles, souls, rights, energies, and I think you're all about ready to tackle this. And if we tackle it effectively, then the 100th monkey conscious principle will evoke, come into effect, and we will effectively use. It's a good test anyway. Um, it's not as dangerous as the atom bomb test, where they could have created a chain reaction and wiped out the whole of the realm. So, you know, it's just a simple positive light contract test here, where we would employ a system, a universal, you know, system that would work in our benefit. So it's being employed at the minute, but with negative and autopilot, it, like the power of prayer used wrongly, and etc. So yeah, bear with me. You know, there's a lot of platforms to update. There's a lot of contact, and I try to keep um, everybody up to date. And I've just put a nice post on the .com saying that we're now about to ask for moderators and bloggers, all right, to take some roles and to be formally introduced and you know, put into the the infrastructure of the trust and the .com. So we're going to look at management of man, by man, for man, etc. No bots, no algorithms, and we will look to remunerate in various and many beneficial ways, not necessarily with promises, etc. Private notes of which are no good to us and contain. I'm not saying it's all bad, but at this moment in time, we're looking to think outside of the BOX, the box. So that's important, yeah, and that makes sense. That's science, factual. It's what academia won't tell you. The power of I and I, Rastafari, intent. You know, in some extent, the intent, the power, is all you need. You know, of the placebo, the nocebo, and such works of Greg Braden and others. So let's go to the chat room and say hello to the 1111 video crew. I love a wood stove fire, burning all that wood. That's a bit, I don't think Mother Earth does, but yes, it is a nice effect. Snap, crackle and pop. Menza was mashing a brew. Lisa's on about the woodshed. With what body? See? Bless you. Cut sleepers with a saw. Lumberjack. Watch my back. Watch my lumberjack back. Alright, yes, lumberjack back. That's the next bit of the phonics and the sonics that we're going to bring to you there, that I'm seeing that I can bring back on thread. Well done to you. Skimming your comments. Sorry I'm late, Lisa. Alright. For 11:11, you're already on it, JJ. That's right, so you're grinning when I came on. See, that's with the other eye. You bet, you sense. Instead of you bet, you feel like you sensed that. And your word you used was bet. But in reality, what was happening was you feel the vibe of. Or maybe you read the description when I actually said that. Who knows? I think JJ was on the vibe. Oh, they said from Sweden, getting in touch. Thank you for the Alaska. Who said Alaska? Menza. Menza's in with the tedious link that helped David remember that yesterday, helped I remember that I spoke to a pilot as well. A few of them in the group of, you know what pilots mean, don't you? Oh, yes, you do. Yes, we do. And not only that, shh, we're not talking of, do not mention or type them 2 words, but they are logical, they are trusted, and which bit shall I tell you first? He said we should get in touch or try to get in touch with Anna von Ritz. I went, Anna von Ritz? Anna von Ritz, right. Ah, same lady. I know who you mean. Let's do it. Anna, go and make contact. I've tried. She's made some bits and bobs. Let's see if we can get European, Sweden, Anglo, and Anna, and on a hangout, number 1. Number 2, this pilot. Are you ready, fam? Oh, can't believe I nearly forgot this. I say it with a heavy heart. I'm happy to bring you substance over the form, but now, it's not too great, alright, so you can wipe them smiles off your faces. And here we go. He said to me, David, I got into this because one day I had a light bulb moment, and I says, okay, what went down? And he says, when the control tower said to me, Captain, how many souls have you got on board? He replied, I have 150 people on board, before he was about to disembark, leave the runway, and manifest with a cargo manifest of people somewhere else. And that's what he thought. And he was told by the control tower, no, you do not have peoples on board. Can you rephrase that? How many souls do you have on board, Captain? What? And he went, hello, control tower. I have 150 souls on board. And they went, thank you, you are cleared for takeoff. And he's since investigated the souls aspect, and it may appear, let's go Clarkson. Some might say fan realm. Other pilots, if you'd like to email David at splspro.com in confidence and give me further insightful information on this. It appears that for insurance policies, manifests and flight passenger manifests, which are essentially cargo manifests under UCC Admiralty, maritime, import, export, etc. If there's an accident, for insurance purposes, they're not paying out for live men. If you can get that, they are dealing with already dead wraiths, entities, ID entities, id entities. We know this. When a boat or a plane appears on another continent's shores, like I've done many a time, on a ferry going across the channel just to France, the captain needs to explain where the cargo, money, freight, passengers, everything came from. And so it's a manifestation, a manifest, and a spiritual one. So he's got that bit locked in. So not only do we have what I brought to you before, but by proxy of the Stockholm Syndrome, Sweden coming online, they've come online, and they've come online with muscle. Who's going to doubt a pilot? You might doubt the Indy, the David, and I may utter, utterances. Do not believe me. Use your own due diligence. Disclaimer. Okay. It's too much in here to get it all right all the time. So that was a nice little, what we call, thank you. Some call it luck. I call it payback. Yes, So at times like this, you see, this is where you just get locked in. This is where you get locked in. I told you it's a fat update. I am loving life. I am really loving life, and when I love it too much, and life loves me too much, we go to this. I'm going to go to your comments, and then we're wrapping up. It's been half an hour. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good. Can I just say, Now I can put the beats to this. It's got like a metronome in it, and when you hear a foreign language and you don't have a clue what the words are, when I get on the frequency, when it goes and I feel myself, I can gravitate back to some kind of moment here, like the Taurus. I can go in the middle and be the black spot, the red and the blue and the red. I'll be the black spot in the middle where it all comes from. And you hear the... So you could have a metronome going, and again. So you pick up the rhythm of the language, which then brings me on to, when you speak, you should really sing the phonics. When I tell you there's a new language coming, not only is there a dictionary and things and etc. on the horizon, and you don't know what I've got bouncing around, and I can't really say because it's not ready yet, but it's overdue. Charlie knows this. I think we've got the right fam here to issue some kind of resonant frequency. Like, you think how we speak and all the different languages. Yanka here is learning English, Francais, and a little bit of Chinese. She speaks Magyar, which is Hungarian, and she's 12. There's no need for all that. So when you speak and you hear the Germans, no offence, Deutsch, German and Dansk, but it's quite aggressive sometimes, even when they speak nice. Nonna and the Scottish, others that I've spoken to, I can't name you all, but you are loved and equal to all of us. But sometimes the Scottish accent, I've worked with a few. This one woman in Barnsley that was a broad accent. She told me she loved me once, and I was a effing great team leader, and it went on for 2 minutes. And I said, you know what, Michelle, I feel the love, but I hear quite, because she said it so passionately with the Scottish behind it. Yeah, team leader, and I was like, it sounded even then quite. So the language and the dialect and the atonement and the tune and all of this, I find, even in records with languages, you can find the tone and the rhythm, and that helps me. Then with the cycle of the breathing, and etc. So for those of you that get these things that go, but I can't listen to it because I can't connect with it, or I don't understand Indian, Punjabi, Urdu, Vedic, these things, then neither do I. But we have, you see, with everything, a universal pathway in, and we've been told we don't, and we've had barriers put there, and we're here to move them. And to some extent, it's your subconscious that has to be programmed by the conscious, and that's the hardest thing you can ever try to do, unfortunately. And that's where they've got us, but that's the only bit that is a problem. So these things are quite nice, and if that helps, because a lot of you have said breathing helps, and breathing and pausing, controlling the heart, controlling the vein, not having to go for a cigarette, beating your mind. It's one of the greatest things you can ever do as well. And so, yeah, like I say, that comes from Santos. That's on the Play Store for free. And the little icon looks, it's there. Horror Watch. What? Yeah, you saw it, didn't you? A brief flash. There, it's a little bluey. Stop it! You're not going to see it. I'm going back to the comments. We'll go on. HORA is there. Bluey type dial, like a watch in a square, free. Other such apps are available. I've no connection with that. It was only because Santos showed it, that bloke on the video with the birds. I told him today it's my favourite video. I said fist bumps for that, all round, all of it, just, he said yeah, it's one of his favourite ones as well. Back to the comments. We're going to burn hydrogen, and the output from that is steam. All right, we've got so much energy here that's abundance of that would be for free. I need some dodgy boilers, literally, that we can put together in a safe, secure, legal, lawful environment, and remodify. Yes, UKG and other such enterprises. Black and white colours, checkerboard, the black dot in the centre of the toroidal event horizon, the functionality of it, inverted circles. There's a lot to come out of this one as well. Anybody that's had any indoor green activity, you will notice red and blue spectrum there, red and blue crossed together. Josh touched on upon the purple, and the purple references there. Santos will touch upon later, not on this one, that I'm going to try and have via Sun and Moon to incorporate the season's message. We are in trouble, Anglo. He called us something else on the Skype. Brit something. We'll find out. But we're in trouble. You're not criminals. You're not a bad lot. From all of you that I've met, I've loved each and every one of you. Your emails, your intent, your honour, your mentality, your ethos, everything is commendable. Nothing I have seen so far or encountered is anything you've done directly. You don't deserve what you've got. You want to put up a resistance, but when you do, you end up getting taken away. The property, the items, and big barriers and bailiffs and debt collectors and charges and fees and levies and forfeitures. And yes, I hear you. So there's a lot of ineffective measures out there, and whilst we are preparing all of this, there is a simplicity to this language structure. Richard Ansar helped me understand the principality of doctrines and the doctrines of, and with the way that they work. So Santos has got some lineage and some extra knowledge where we can go later, but initially there is an important key aspect, a basic 101, much like we've done with the you see, master is a mast, and a mast belongs on a boat. So the master aspect isn't correct as such, but the key competence grading tools that we've done for you and that we've put out there, this is the last little push parallel to that before I get told maybe to be good and to be quiet. I'm not saying I'm going to accept that, but there may be some times in the near future of which I am shackled slightly temporarily, and I'm conscious of that, and I'm conscious of having to clean up my internet trail and etc. to maybe so just bear with me while I navigate the krypton factor of this realm. So the 101 basic key competence there would essentially be the telling, or the polarization in the bipolar existence that we have. So the good work that we've put out there and that Santos has put out there will continue to be backed up, supported, continually improved, and as we make new pacts, covenants, agreements, etc., we can continuously improve. I'm looking to outlay quite a lot on you, with you, and there's only so much you can speak and so much you can write. The rest is actually the doing part, I'm afraid. And I have a lot to give you later once we've accomplished a few private avenues of exploratory and somewhat mandatory lawful defence that makes me sick. I've got things that I'm helping with that are atrocious. We've put on the front page of the .com many a thing for you, and on the Facebook area, and you can see for yourself the atrocities and the scandals. I don't know how to nicely put this on YouTube without ending up somewhere that I don't want to be. So, you can read between the lines, and you would be best looking at everything at home first before you encountered any kind of altercation, or if you're not ever going to encounter any altercation, you'd be better knowing that you're protected should you ever have claim or accidentally slip on some ice, bang your head, lose your memory, your sense of self. What have you got to, to fall back on? I'm not trying to scare anybody, but we've been educated, we've been schooled and fooled, and the education has been lacking. Now there are simple, effective, honourable, lawful measures out there that we've found, and at the latter part of our due diligence, Jesus, God, Christ, the Messiah, the Saviour, kings and spirits and Liliths and everything have said hello, and we've had to deal with them. And then we've had to deal with all the other racial minorities and other such, faiths and issues and stuff. And then we've had to correlate that with America. We've had to correlate that with Australia, with Canada, with Europe, with everything, and Babylon. And we've got, a lot to summarise again now. You see, the age of the internet and what we've seen and what we've done has presented a torrent of information and somewhat of a confused state. A state of mind, and I think this will be good to initially start up with and to back up, because we can see now they've left us a clue, they've left us a message, they've left us a tool, they've left us a language. There is an eye in Josh in here that's off. There is a massive one in Santos that's done the work that we've been grateful enough to pick up on. We found others, too many to mention, that we've also taken from. Now it's the time to stop, get back in, new and old, and see if we agree. And I am 90% confident that we will agree, because this is too big for me. It's Santos's previous work. I can't get hold of many others that have done it, and they're quite arrogant and don't speak from what I find. So, you're lucky to get hold of me when you do. Not lucky, not from me, but in the realm, nobody talks, nobody messages, everybody hides, egos, etc. And while Santos is strong and open to, availability, and we are where we are, and these numbers and things are pointing me in the place, is it by accident? Is it by chance? No, because we've explained them, and I get instructed by not voices, never, no voice, don't get confused there, but waking up with music, reach out and touch faith. Never have I heard that song, never have I DJ'd that song, never did I know that I knew them words in my head. The same as that awful, diabolical Pet Shop Boys, was it? Wet, Wet, Wet. In the army now, when I think back to me subconsciously hearing those beats, so droll, so just stood there in the suits. Oh, we're in the army now. I'm like, wow, how depressed with them lot to listen to that and to buy that, and that's us lot. I know, I'm aware, but times are changing. The record's off, the artists have gone. There's a new song, there's new artists. We've still got the Technics 1210 Mark V SLB, because that's a legendary, and we're off again. Sorry, Bang & Olufsen are available, and other such classic players. But, here we are, and the needle on the record, and the dope beats go like this. And here we go with the Off Ice Ice Baby, Off Ice Ice Baby Lon, Vanilla Ice Stop. We're going to collaborate, and you're going to listen, because the off-icer is, no, I can't do it live, I'm sorry, it's too much. It's back with a brand new reposition, but I'm not an off-icer, so you get me, the programming's disgusting. And the synchronicity, it talks to me in numbers. That's it, in many things. Today is the day. My mum is the one that helped me get on this path. Others I've met along the way, and I've had chats with. It isn't a chosen thing, it isn't a special thing, it definitely isn't a lucky thing. I won't show you what we've done, but that's hilarious in itself. And I give thanks and love to something. There's, the creation of, if they're angels, if it's energy, if it's one of the G's, if it's the main G, who knows? Are we in a matrix? Are we in a holographic universe? We are in a fractionalized, holographic to some extent, from the research, and you know, we need to put the brakes on, like we say, and we're going to have a moment. And I think that now is a moment, and we have stuff, and we are, you know, proud of where we are. And it isn't my work; it's all of our work. And I'd like to present an articulate, controversial, cutting edge. With the help, and when I say I've called for backup on behalf of Anglo, and I'm looking for a universal, non-sectarian remedy for all, which is a conscientious civil war objector and getting out of the sin. Yeah, they're not all my words. This isn't all my work, but I am here now. This is what we're going to plan to do. If you're interested in that and you think that that's a funky side of the dope beats to be on, then we're flipping it over to the B side, and you're going to get a test press acetate remix of the 2019, and then we're going to move on. Like I say, with the language, the hermeticism, after we initialize whom, what, why, where, when. Instruments, languages, conveyances, articulation, and protection using the deeds. Deeds are done, deeds are executed, and the language in itself. That's going to be incredible. I don't know what it's going to be, what it's going to sound like, but I feel a cross pollination and a mixture coming up. Original. It's not. We're not going to invent it. We're going to rediscover it. That's the point. Oh yes. Wow. That's Sheffield. Fell asleep. All right. I'm going to ring Sheffield now. I'm worried about Mr. Tesla. He's picked up. He's on silver water and some maybe full spectrum oil, and yeah, he's coming on. Health and wealth. You know. What we've done now and what we've found is totally amazing. Good DIY video, David. Sorry. So we go back to the comments and then we're shutting down. Nearly had an hour. Alright. Wow. My head's pounding. Yeah, 2020 vision. There's a lot of publications coming. I want bloggers, I need some support, ambassadors, protectors, all of those words that we've mentioned before, in under the covenants of out of the legal realm. So just remember the aeroplane and the pilot and the souls, right? When we have videos that come out saying why you are considered dead, Glosser channel, well, hello, nice one. Why your legal person and instrumentation is the dead entity. Think of the pilot, think of the control tower, and think of the answer. I've got 150 people on board. What? Hello? No. Say that again. What? Hello? Yes, I've got 150 souls on board. That's better. That's Tetley. Sorry, didn't mean to advertise programming. Take that away. Why do they say souls? This is the, you are not dead. You are never dead. You stand there alive with the blood beating through you like a centurion of Sparta. Is it a centurion of Sparta? Maybe not. Just now, that's totally wrong, isn't it? Like a warrior, initiate, immortal of Sparta. Just a Greek influence. I don't like to link to Italy. It's not very good, is it? I shouldn't really be proud of. I love Italy, and the fact of how much debt it's in. Oh my days, what they're doing to us. It's not long, So this needs to get out. The whole world is being strangled by private bankers. And the Fed Reserve currency, it's all there for you to see. Deutsche Bank, we refuse to fight, we refuse to shed more blood, we refuse to get lockup and get the crown revenue. We will articulate, and we will go forward into a new realm, into a golden age, and that's not Boris's golden head with the Trumpster there. No, not at all. That's not a golden age of sunshine, yellow fields of unicorns and rainbows and hippies and campfires either. No, it is a golden age where you have the credit, you have the control, you have the power, you have the title, status, capacity and entitlement, and you benefit from it. You're at the moment government title, all caps surname, who is actually in a supposed, fiduciary capacity, is failing to detail and perform, and nobody is acknowledging. They've given half of the technology to us and then closed the gate and said, yes, this is what it is, but you won't have access to that. Get out there and you can beg for more. And if you don't believe me, go to a major city near you and count the homeless on the random dinner time midday. Get back to me. So if you don't pay, you don't tow, then you are dealt with. So you need to remember the public civil duties. So how do we get out of them? International law? Maybe. Canons, ecclesia and covenants and declarations? Maybe. You see, that's why we're here. But if we wasn't in a Christian nation, and we wasn't purporting to be Christians, etc., and whatnot, and men of God, then I wouldn't really be here with a problem. But as we have X, Y, and Z, international covenants, treaties, agreements, law, code, we've got a bit mixed up, haven't we? There was an original one, a simple one, a language, a book, a tool, and a setup. And it's got dirted. It's got a bit like the truth and the lie, when they went for a swim and the lie gets out and puts on the truth's clothes, and the truth gets out and goes, oh no, oh ma'am, I used to wear the white one, but now the truth's got to wear the black one. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm going Masonic. It's only, I'm not going colour as in skin, but the truth would be white, angelic. Goes for a swim with a lie. Lie gets out first, puts on the truth's white clothes. Everyone's like, hey, how are you doing, truth? It's like, I'm the lie, but I'm looking good, aren't I? There you go. 30,000 derivatives thereabout of Christianity, all churches in America. Come here, give us money, we'll save your soul. Next church, come here, give us money. They're lying, we'll save your soul. Across the road, come here, give us money, we'll save your soul. Not one of them out of 30,000 will save your soul. What? Or I'm totally wrong and need to be locked up. And if it is that I am totally wrong, I wouldn't want to be locked up. I just want to be able to whisk out this realm. When you're talking about tax and money, I'm not going to go there about that, Brother Pike. Sorry, Albert. I'm just thinking Albert Pike then when I see Brother Albert. Being up hospital. I say up. When I was living in Sheffield, I used to say I'm going uptown. And they all us used to laugh and poke fun. Because they say downtown Sheffield, don't you? Maybe Leeds, Yorkshire, Derbyshire, Hathersage, surrounding areas. Mansfield may also say downtown. But Albert's just written there, everyone. Plain to see. Evening. Been up hospital. I'm not picking on you, Albert. I'm loving it because I used to say I've been up places going uptown. Because in Rugby, my dear old grandma and granddad used to live in Lower Hill Morton. So when I was little, we used to literally go up to town. And that came to Sheffield with me, with things like hi-fi, which was they found hilarious, and different things, spice and sweets, but uptown, nice one, Albert. It must be a southern thing, a northern-southern divide, how we... Thank you, congratulations. I just had to read it twice because I saw the word notifications after addition to family, and I thought hospital notifications. Well done, Albert. Boom. All right. Questioned the midwife about birth notifications and just drafted a notice to serve tomorrow as they sent it. Need a copy, Albert. Congratulations, well done, my brother. Dad's plastered. Hello, Quincy. SG. On a real life mission now. You feel that energy, you feel that power, determination. Albert, have you got the Horror Watch app? If you need to get into moments of, that's all I'll say. How you doing with your management of, how you all doing with your management of stress? If you're a man that easily, or a woman, but I say man, you know, all. If you're a soul that can deal with stress very easily, and you have a good mantra or technique, can you tell it us, please? If you used to suffer with you know, anxiety, stress, or management, all of these afflictions, and you conquered it, and you've got a technique, a guidance, a guru, a diet, things like that, I'd like to know as well. Not just, you know, just because when I cut white sugar out, all the chocolate, I used to eat a lot, all of the pollutants of the white sugar, giddy side, and colorants and toxins, and you know, investing in lots of fruits and bananas, ahoy, and getting sugars a different way, and I still find I have abundance of energy. Look at the fruit bowl, you know, and it's still here, and I'm like, well, where's it coming from? So this energy, if I get put into um, a situation which is spontaneous and random and quite emotional, when you're like me, you automatically go, "Whoa," and you can't help it. So even if you don't go, "Whoa," physically, and you just go inside, you're actually going, "Ah," and it's like there's two of you, and you'll be like, okay, yes, and you'll feel the heart building up, and you'll be talking to yourself whilst dealing with the random emotional thingy, and you mean well, and you're talking, and you are okay, and maybe it gets a bit too, and you're like, oh, so you need to be prepared again, and anybody that can do that or has that, um, kudos, well done. You know, that's an important part, because life is unexpected, much like delayed trains, delayed planes, delayed public transport in general. And then you'll find, if you're like me, again, I'll share, you will have that, and you will eventually get back to the place of you need to be, destination home, and the first person you bump into, family member, clansman, they generally take the rap for all that day's grief, not because they was guilty in any way, but because in here, the way that we have the blame, responsibility, you know, programming, not intentional, is, and then we have to later go, actually, it wasn't your fault. You know, if you're big enough and you realise, or your queen has stopped speaking to you, or is different, and you think, what's happened? And you replay, and you go, ah. It's amazing, it really is. Simple things like that, what you argue about, and what you let your life get become into, and you take out on the ones that are there to help, nurture, and love you, family, and they cop for it. I'm lucky. Anne-Marie, I don't know how she balances all of this, but she is my anchor. If it was a boat talk, she's my rock. If it was self-initiate talk. I need to give out some blue spanners. The rule is, apparently, once you've come on the channel and you've been on a few months and a long time, and you've been nice, I give you a blue spanner. So all that are here now, I'm going to start with Lisa Gray. If you don't want to be a moderator and I give it you now, then you can have it removed. It's no liability, it's no legal anything. I am responsible for all. But I just seen Lisa there. And who else? Just Lisa hasn't got one. Everyone else is blue. There you go, Lisa, you fit in now. If you don't want it, I can revoke it. I've taken Steve McRae's blue spanner off him because when I did a psoriasis video, he posted expertinalllegalmatters.com, and I viewed that as an abuse of, not abuse of power, here we go, but an abuse of the apportioned responsibility. He didn't post that link responsibly on a psoriasis video, and he didn't really say much, and then he went, so I've removed his blue icon, blue man group memorabilia, because yes, I didn't like that. I didn't fallen out with him or anything, but I just thought, Quinn, there we go. Let's get Quinn blued up. If you don't want it, Quinn, then you tell me and I'll take it back. That's true. Thank you as well in advance. We need all that we can get as we're expanding. I've managed to recruit 400 scribes in 12 months. I'm not moaning, I'm just surprised by the games. Let me see. Dave Paul. I might be. Let's go. Boom. I'll put you on, Dave. You've been around a while. You fall into this category. I'm going to assign you one as well. There we go. Not that it's any accolation or anything. We're all equal. Equality is paramount. Alright. The rest I can't see. SCH. You are going to still go through probation. Alright. For just because of time. Everyone else is blued up. Spanners unite, it's equality, that's all. But David has to answer to my person's data that is held by this corporation, and should any of breaches occur, they lay claim on my person, I have to manage, and it's just all rubbish, isn't it? So you give links out all you want, you look after everybody. I will make sure you're all blue in time. It's just that's how we do it. Respect is automatically given, trust is automatically given, but when there are legal parameters attached to that trust called liability, then we have to extend our probations of, because there's danger. When there's no danger, we just crack on. When it's all private, it's good. When it's public, I'm sorry, I'm the victim of, I'm trying to make everybody equal and appease, and I cannot do that, but Lisa says honoured. Can you fix my bike as well? No lug nuts allowed. Oh, lug nuts, ears. Yes, Jonesy, Spanners Club. That's alright, Dave. SCH, I'm going to let you just go through the probation, as I've said. Nothing personal. I don't even know you, so it can't be, and it's mano a mano. We'll leave the persons at the keyboard. That's good, yeah? We're all okay. We've done an hour. Bosh. So yeah, thank you to all. I'll be on admin tomorrow on the .com. I'm spreading myself around to get everything done, and I'm going to be busy. I'm going to take some time out in December. I'm going to have my Jesse, Clint, there we go. There's another one. Sorry, I'll get you up now. Jesse and Clint and Jesse. I'll get my head in more publications and works, and maybe there'll be joint publications or trio, more than joint works coming out. So wow, I'm excited for many reasons. I do without when I get excited. I do without when I get worried. Help me. What we got? Let me just check again. Now I've gone to live chat. I was on Top Cat chat, not live chat. I had my patience tested today, even though I've had a fast flowing, energetic, ecstatic day. 30 plus telephone calls, emails, arranging stuff, and things going off across continents, and exciting things. It's tested me. That's why I bring this tone to you. I've done a lot. It's been excellent, it's been productive, but at times I haven't really stopped, and it's like, you need to know from me that it's not easy. I don't say it is, nothing's easy, but I just want you to know I struggle. Leslie M, new scribe, thank you. We're good. Thank you for your attention, for paying attention. That's it then. The Anders Argentina. I did not realise it was live. Yes, Anders. Here we go. You can be glued up as well. Equality. I've met Anders in person, in mono, in persona, in reality. I know that man, and he's invited me to go to Sweden. Chatting about you earlier. You can rewind and have a look, Anders. Thank you, my brother. Even though it says Argentina, that's a little bit confusing for some, but that's right, I did say Sweden. Shout out to brother Andy and Blue Gang. Yes, much love to all the fam, far and wide, all colours, all creeds, all faiths, all religions. Yeah, leave it there, believe me. I'm going to do a little push and then I'm going to have a rest. Status quo. Ice, just tea, ice. Let me look at your comments. I want to see what you're on to. Stop, collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new edition. Something grabbed a hold of me tightly. Flow or Hot Brew daily and nightly. Will ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights. What the? You know what I mean? That could be interesting stuff. How old was I? Too young. Why have I got that? Because it's programmed in. Unbelievable. You know, they know exactly what's going on. I don't even, I haven't even practiced that. That just came out of what, 25 years of, but yet I can't remember what I did last week. Ice, ice, baby. Did actually like that. I was come out with the Turtles in Time. Was it Ya Kid K, Technotronic, This Beat Is. That was... and everybody dance now. Proper music. Well, not proper music because it was the wrong frequency, but compared to what it is now. MC Hammer, can't touch this. Can't touch this. I did like that. Oh, 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 oh. Break it down. The Klingons on the starboard bow. Tetris songs. Bart Simpson. Don't have a cow, man. Absolute rubbish. Sesame Street. Oh my days. Embarrassing. Music. Cotton Eye Joe. Ultimately, just what? Delete from history. Depression songs. Reach out and touch faith. Your own personal Jesus. Madonna, like the Virgin. You look back on it now, David Bowie all confused and like, oh yes, what? The Cure, the Smiths. Oh wow, this is really just going on a tangle now. Sorry everyone, but messed up music from a jilted generation. Keith Flint, you said it best. The Prodigy. Music for a jilted and messed up generation, was it? Oh. Oh, Charlie says. Here we're back to Charlie already. Charlie Freak. TV. When I'm tired, I go simple. Sorry, it's just the way it is. That's why I don't do stuff when I'm tired anymore. Because I go too simple and functionality, cognitivity goes. Right, we're done. We're caught up. Everyone's good. John, you can multitask well. The disco duck, that was insulting, stupid. Is that the disco duck? I can only think of Thingy the duck that was in the films. I can't even think of the name, but there was somebody the duck in films. The deck chair song, Agadoo. Um, sorry, the disco duck. Remember the disco duck? Perhaps I do, but I don't know it. Can you hum that tune? Can you? Maybe we'll look for it later, sister. The disco duck. Ed the Duck. No, was it Ed the Duck? No, that was the Broom Cupboard. Good Lord, too many ducks. There was another duck in Hollywood film. What was it? But it was, yeah, somebody. Thanks for that, Lise. I've got to try and sleep now. And, we need to get this out before we go to bed, I'm afraid. Some of us do. The birdie's on the toilet. Get me a foil hat. Get me a foil hat. Next time I'm live, I'm copying my man Rex Bear. No, I'm copying our brother Rex Bear. I'm going to foil line a hood. Protection from the scribes. Ah, bless. You can't pay for this. You don't get this on Telebox, do you? Good tool, thanks. 1 hour ahead here. Good night. See you soon. Much love. Ciao, bello. We'll be back in a bit. We are collecting and collating, so I'll let you know in due course. You're all updated for now. I'm going to do a bit of meditating again. I need to get this emotional intelligence and energy locked down. I'm doing a call out, not just to the universe this time, but to channels. If you've got a channel, I've brought you a lot of names, a lot of men, a lot of intellects, a lot of intelligences, a lot of information and ethoses, and if I can learn to control my monkey mind and the gut, the heart and the mind, that's the key. That is the key, that it starts with the diet. Healthy body dictates healthy mind. Healthy mind dictates healthy body. It's the yin and the yang, the black and the white and everything, but there is a 12 system effect going off, and there is a harmonisation of which we are on the cusp of. And if I can stand here in some months' time continuously from the crazy monkey man that I was in the beginning, the monkey king prince, and go to whatever, then wow, that's my greatest achievement. Never mind trying to accomplish anything in a lawful, judicial, spiritual, religious realm. Management of self is the highest part of you, of your life, of your existence. You don't answer to me when you exit the realm. You don't answer to the queen, your living queen, woman, partner, man, other half. When you exit the realm, you don't answer to your pet. You don't answer to your offspring. You answer to something of which we're on the cusp of ironing out. But until that, so bear that in mind when you make your decisions and you consider the sin or possible sin. I say that loosely. I'm not here as a preacher man. Not quite yet. Ministry of sound, we've been there and all had a rave. We've been in a ministry that's going to be brought and put into, so get in. Just wait though. I tried to talk whilst I remembered 80s duck films. Who was that duck? Duck Duck Go will tell me. Too many synchronicities. Howard the Duck. Boom. I can sleep now. Howard the Mofo Duck. That was him. That was the one. Did anybody get that? If you did, kudos, points to you. Free hoodie, t-shirt and silver water. Anders, I'm excited about what you talked about. We'll leave it at that. Howard. Lisa, too late, sister. You may have been in, but no, I saw it. Donald. Orville the Green Duck, Dave Paul, legend. Wouldn't even have Orville the Green Duck. We finished then. success. That's recapped it and balanced it nice. Gans. Wow. Alright then, much love, ciao bello, see you soon, good night, God bless, and thank you.